Robbie, what did you see from the Cards in last month's qualifier?
Well, it's kind of becoming a tier change. The thing that was most used was the Pink Diamond Token Rewards Wes Unseld. That had the highest win percentage of any of the people that qualified. So
there below is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn, where there's never a dull moment. And with great attitude, his work inside a big part of the DA. Thanks. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Thursday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Saturday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Sacramento Kings.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Oubre out there with Kevin Love. Then there's Colin Sexton. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Carter in at the center position. And for the Nets, Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. He's out there with Kyle Kuzma. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 spot. Carter kicks to Sexton. And he's good on the 3 ball. Sexton's got the first 3 points tonight for the Jazz. Dinwiddie against Bledsoe. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Now here's LeVert, defended by Sexton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Couple teams now, Doris, slumping here in the middle of the season. How can they avoid lengthy cold streaks, the absence of wind?
Yeah, I think this is where veteran leadership can become such an integral part of the success over the course of a long season. This is the point when you start to lose games, you can sort of break apart and splinter, and that is where that veteran leadership in the locker room, just to keep everybody unified, can be so critical.
And the free throw drops for LeVert.
And until their playoff run, the Brooklyn Nets weren't a team we thought of as a free agent destination. And Doris, you almost forget that they play in the biggest market in the country.
And Greg, who would have thought that in New York and Los Angeles, arguably the most competent franchises would be the Nets and the Clippers? These are 2 of the historically dilapidated teams no longer content to play second fiddle in those major markets. Well, just 6'2", but the vertical for Colin Sexton, nicely done.
And here's LeVert. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Atlanta. And there's the pass to Dinwiddie. And it's Hayes in the corner. And the 3 off target.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
To the paint. Deflects the pass. Here's Carter. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rag. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And there's Sexton. That's good on the assist by Bledsoe. And it's 7 points for Colin Sexton. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Bledsoe against Dinwiddie. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Goes up and finished off by Oubre.
Kelly Oubre, because of his athleticism, he can swipe it at any time.
Nets trail by 10. Dinwiddie up top. Guarded by Bledsoe. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. 5 on the clock. Dinwiddie passes to Hayes. And that time, also a missed shot. Jazz leading by 10. Pass to Carter. Here's Sexton. That one goes.
Timeout, timeout.
Sexton's got 9.
and you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
I think most people consider Salt Lake City not a big free agent destination. So the Jazz are what they call a pipeline team. And what does that mean? It means they have to draft and develop their talent internally.
A quick look here at some of the numbers for Sexton.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
And the Jazz say they need a fundamentally sound process to building their roster. Doris, no shortcuts.
Well, there's no question about that, Kevin. This is a group that has to be value-spaced with their free agent acquisitions in a small market. The draft picks have got to be smart. Their teaching and cultivating of that talent and development is absolutely critical.
Passes it to Bledsoe. Carter outside. Back to Bledsoe. There's the pass to Love. A three-pointer off the mark. Nets trail by 12. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Pass to Dinwiddie. From deep three-point range. Carter pulls it in.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Sexton, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, the young bull, Colin Sexton, getting a lot of playing time in his rookie season. Allowed him to play through his mistakes, and that's what you hope for coming in.
And he makes the first. And even as the Cavaliers lagged at the very bottom of the standings, Greg, Sexton publicly described the season as fun. Would that bother you as a veteran?
Losing seasons, they suck. I mean, no other way to put it. I think he cares about winning, but keeping that positivity is probably the best approach.
There's Hollis Jefferson. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
The shot by Sexton, no good. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 13. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
You guys, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out, though. If you're going to shoot in the low 30s, you're going to end up losing a lot of games.
Yeah, rough outing for their offense. You saw a spark here and there, but their main scorers just couldn't stay hot.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Sexton, the pass to Carter. Kicks to Bledsoe. Pass to Oubre. Here's Sexton. Here's Love. Rebound, Brooklyn. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
Yeah, and what a gut wrencher it was for them last time they met. Ended up on the losing side in that one.
Well, the heart of Hollis Jefferson, just incredible. This guy finishes despite the tremendous contact.
Sexton, the pass to Love. Bledsoe kicks to Sexton. It's rebounded by Hayes.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort, you see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Sexton dishes to Oubre. Bledsoe passes to Carter. Bledsoe outside for three. Love, and a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
LeVert the pass to Dinwiddie. A three ball. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie relishes the response. What an answer to that three with one of his own.
Now here's Bledsoe. And in the game with Washington, he did not play well. Misses from close range.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Dinwiddie. He kicks to Hayes. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. It goes on Eric Bledsoe. The Nets have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Well, to me, it's the size, the strength, and the IQ of Spencer Dinwiddie that's so impressive. This guy is unique at the point guard position.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Hayes. Davis Bertans comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Rondae Hollis Jefferson. And it's Bryn Forbes in for LeVert. Here's Leaf, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Jazz lead by 7.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Let's take a moment to see the squads that have been the most dominant on the glass this season. In third, the Jazz.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Dinwiddie passes to Hartenstein. Now here's Dinwiddie, defended by Sexton.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
The shot's good from Leaf. And now a 9-point Jazz lead.
Well, the Jazz's Quinn Snyder has become one of the most respected head coaches in the league. And think, guys, a player poll even had him ranked 7th among coaches they'd like to play for. And consider he's in Utah. That is not exactly a free agent destination.
And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Brooklyn making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Out to the right wing. Here's Valentine. And again, it's the Nets missing. And Doris, what is it, do you think, about Quinn Snyder that gives rise to that respect?
Well, you think about it. He played the game at a high level, of course, collegiately at Duke. He has paid his dues as a coach. He's got tremendous intellect for the game. And there's this growth mindset with him. He's always looking at himself. How can I get better?
Johnson outside. From deep. That shot off. And Utah the other way now. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
The failure to make shots on a consistent basis, that's going to put you behind the 8 ball all night.
You know what, Greg? I thought most of the shots they took were low percentage looks. The key in the NBA is, can you get your best scorers into their best spots? They didn't do that.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That's his first foul. Here is Forbes. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Valentine. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Bridges and count it from 19 feet away. Jazz leading by 9. Sexton with it. 17 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Valentine wide open. He fires offline with his 3. Utah's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. McLemore, the pass to Leaf. And that one is stuffed right through.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit, Greg, for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Here's Hartenstein. 6 to shoot. Now Johnson. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. As we approach the halfway mark, let's take a look at how everything stands out west. Take a look at the Jazz. They've managed to crawl down to the 9th best record in the conference.
And seeing where Utah is, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's got to be frustrating for them, Greg. You can't dwell on the past. You've got to think forward, work together, and play for one another.
The shot's good from Leaf.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, Greg, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Johnson kicks to Forbes. Now here's Valentine. Not a lot of room. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And here's Johnson outside. The rebound by the Jazz. And it's Utah's ball. Big stretch here going 10-2. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Forbes. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
It's stolen by Johnson. With 2 seconds left, that's tipped, but he stays with it. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. It's the Jazz, up 11. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Versatility is so important in today's NBA. That works just fine for combo guard Tyler Johnson.
I don't really limit myself to one position. I feel like I can guard both positions. Being able to do that, I feel like I'll have the capability to fill in when needed.
And with all the switching we see teams, Greg, employing right now, that defensive versatility is highly prized, highly valuable.
And Johnson, an excellent athlete. He's got the tools to impact the game both offensively and defensively.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Jazz, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the Jazz, Wagner out there with Leaf. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then it's Ben McLemore. And it's Okpala in at the small forward position. And the Jazz making a change here. Patterson's checked in. Now here's Johnson. Ellington defending. Valentine, that's for 2. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Valentine's got his second basket of the night.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
And for the Nets, team dinners, You go to their practice facility, a beautiful rooftop space for team gatherings. Building chemistry is a focus for this franchise.
And that's not surprising, Greg, given that their front office is part of the San Antonio Spurs tree, so to speak. So staying connected as teammates, especially valuable in today's NBA. Love the culture here.
And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. To the middle. Here's Swanigan. Back to Bertans. Pushing it up. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
VA, great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. Inside, Patterson. An easy 2 points on the layup. Patterson's got his first basket of the night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now here's Beasley. Defense is right there to the inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Doris, if I were to ask you right now in the league who has the most unstoppable shots, who would you tell me?
You know what's interesting, Kevin, is I wonder if in the long view of history, James Harden's step-back three will become sort of an identifiable shot with him, the way the sky hook was with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Wow, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like, you wonder, does that become a signature play for James? It certainly is something that's darn near impossible to stop right now.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Nets. Sterling Brown comes in for Valentine. Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Utah. And he makes both free throws. Jazz leading by 13. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The pass to Okpala. Just 5 to shoot. Some solid defense from Brown. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. And trying to get it to go, even with the contact, but no good, and he'll try to pick up 2 at the free throw line coming up.
Plays with such a fearlessness. Kuzma is terrific at staying engaged and forcing the issue. And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
For Utah, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And here's Bledsoe. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Okpala. Misses the 3. Nets trailed by 11. Johnson, the pass to Kuzma. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. The Jazz shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Bledsoe now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Bounce pass from Bledsoe. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for 1 more.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Utah shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Hayes, he's checked in for Caleb Swanigan. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Tyler Johnson.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Nets trail by 14. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Beasley outside. Pass to Hayes. Takes a 3. Rebound, Utah. Passes it to Ellington. Over Beasley. Bank shot. No good.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
He dishes it to Dinwiddie. Down low. Looking for Kuzma. He gets it there. The Nets working the ball around now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Dinwiddie.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie is very capable from deep. Don't let him get hot now.
The pass to Okpala. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Dinwiddie against Bledsoe. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. 11 points for Spencer Dinwiddie. Now here's Ellington. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Kuzma. And here comes Brown. Leading the fast break. Here's Dinwiddie. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 13 points for Spencer Dinwiddie.
Well, just tremendous body control by Spencer Dinwiddie, able to adjust to the defender's contact.
Ellington with it, working on Beasley. Got a piece of it. Ellington kicks to Bledsoe. Shot clock at 5. Puts up a 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Bledsoe's got 5.
And when Bledsoe can make range shots, it sets up the rest of his offense.
Dinwiddie dishes to Beasley. Over Ellington. And with that, the Jazz lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Beasley. Jazz have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Bledsoe passes to Okpala. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Brooklyn. Kevin Love's checked in for Utah. Kelly Oubre comes in for Wayne Ellington. Oubre outside. Pass to Love. 6 on the shot clock. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
See, I like when Kevin Love goes to his high percentage game on the interior. He has the size, he has the touch.
The 5th pick back in 2008 out of UCLA doors, Kevin Love, giving back to his alma mater.
That's right. He matched Russell Westbrook for the largest ever donation by a former student athlete. Named in his honor now, the Kevin Love Strength and Conditioning Center is helping others pursue their dreams. How cool is that?
Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Brown. Utah leading by 10. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Bridges with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
Well, that's 2 fouls on him early. He'll have to be careful not to pick up another one.
The Nets making a switch here. Hartenstein's checked in. And Utah has possession. Here's Sexton. 10 points for him. Just 5 on the clock. No good off the back of the rim. Nets trail by 10. Now Dinwiddie. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Dinwiddie. Passes to Hartenstein. Back to Dinwiddie. And he gets the bucket. Dinwiddie's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Nets.
He's got it going here in the second, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
Sexton dishes to Love. Now here's Sexton. Dinwiddie covering. Shot left block. In deep. Sexton drops it in. Sexton's got 12 points in the game.
And guys, for Colin Sexton, it's really about taking smart shots, because when he does, you can see he's got the ability to catch fire.
Here is Forbes. He's guarded by Love. Now the pass to Dinwiddie. Pass to Hartenstein. Here's Hollis Jefferson, covered by Oubre. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
And this is exactly what you have to do to stop him. That was a tremendous contest, forcing the miss.
Bridges passes to Love. To the middle. Here's Cantor, and it's blocked. Here is Forbes. Inside, stolen by Cantor. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well, nice job by Colin Sexton to find the open man. You want to see court awareness from the young gun.
Dinwiddie passes to Hartenstein. Kicks to Forbes. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. From outside the arc, it's good, and the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Dinwiddie.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
Here's Sexton. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
This young man loves to play through contact and certainly has the frame to absorb it. Go ahead, young Sexton.
Timeout called, the Nets. Doris, you played, you've coached, you've broadcast, you've done it all in this business. How did you like to be coached when you were a player at the very top of your game?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things were coaches who challenged me, those who would not allow me to accept the level I was currently at, those who wanted to push me and extend and expand my game. Listen, every player wants to be respected. Every player wants to feel valued. But the great ones to me, the LeBron James, the Kevin Durant's, they want to be coached hard. They want you to push them to the greatest possible level they're capable of.
That's great insight. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Bertanis, he's checked in for Hartenstein, and Karis LeVert subbed in for Hayes.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Dinwiddie passes to Bertanis. 1:31 left now here in the second. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Well, they're not behind because of this guy. He is putting on a tremendous run.
Sexton the pass to Cantor. Bridges with it. Bertans grabs the board. Dinwiddie outside. Floats one up, and it's good. 2 points. Dinwiddie's got 22.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Now, here's Sexton. Dinwiddie covering. The shot by Sexton, no good. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for Brooklyn. 9-point game. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Utah's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And here's McLemore. This is his first free throw of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
So for the Nets, Swanigan, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. Valentine comes in for Bryn Forbes. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And a switcher also for Utah. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Cantor. And the second free throw, good. Nets trail by 10. 19 seconds left in the first half. Now here's LeVert. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. On the wing, Johnson. 2 on the clock. Hits it from three-point range. Johnson's got his first 3 points of the game.
What you like about that possession right there, tremendous teamwork. Johnson provides the finishing touch off the rise and fire.
And that concludes the first half. Jazz lead by 7. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. From one Kevin to another, you guys were dominant in that first half and you have a big lead, but do you forget about that in the second half?
Oh, yeah. We got to treat it like a 0-0 game.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. It was Colin Sexton who got hot in the first. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Brooklyn?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better, into a better rhythm in the second half, and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You have to like what we're seeing from Spencer Dinwiddie.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Jazz leading by 7. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Hayes in at the center. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Got a hand on it. LeVert with it. Now Dinwiddie. Out to Kuzma. Pass to LeVert. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. LeVert's got 6.
How about Caris LeVert's confidence in the face of defenders to go ahead and power through? Nice.
Bledsoe passes to Love. Wants to get it to Oubre and does. Back to Love. Fires for 3. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Nets trail by 5. Passes it to LeVert. Rebound, Utah. Love's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Bledsoe kicks to Love. Here's Oubre. Another shot. The shot, no good. Kuzma with the defensive effort.
That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Dinwiddie outside. To the paint. That shot, no good. And Utah the other way now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Up and in on the layup. He has 7.
After an ugly 0 for 4 to start the half, they get one to fall.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
Well, just incredible ability on the drive. This guy, Spencer Dinwiddie, so difficult to contain.
Love finds Bledsoe. Now Sexton. And it's blocked. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Love. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. And both free throws good for Kuzma. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. 3-point lead. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Love trying to break loose. Shots good by Bledsoe.
Well, I'll tell you, shooting with confidence right now. Eric Bledsoe off the catch and shoot doing work.
To the inside, Oubre with the steal. And Bledsoe with the stuff.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Here's Kuzma. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Dinwiddie drives in. Bledsoe comes over to help. Ellis Jefferson.
Boy, phenomenal decision-making from the young guard. Spencer Dinwiddie, nicely done, putting it on time and on target.
The pass to Love. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. The putback, it's good on the putback. And the Jazz lead by 8.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
How about the speed, Kevin, on the way to the rim? LeVert gets to the cup and makes the defense get physical.
For Brooklyn, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. He misses the free throw. Beasley's checked in for the Nets. That one misses.
And what you love is every year, Caris LeVert takes another step. He adds something else to his game. And I believe, guys, this guy has future star written all over him.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Just doing what he can. He's competing and he's converting.
And he has really kept them in this one, Greg. A high effort level. Now the rest of the team has got to step up.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Rebounded by the Nets.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul. Brownie's checked in for Caris LeVert. Mo Wagner's checked in for Utah. Brown wide open. He fired. Offensive rebound. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
For Brooklyn, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. First free throw is good. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Utah leading by 5. Bledsoe right side. Here's Wagner. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
For Utah, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. And Brooklyn making a change here. Valentine's checked in. Good on both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
And stolen by Patterson. Here's Wagner. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Beasley, here we go. And that one drops for him.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Yeah, he's averaging 80% from the line, and he has been as steady as they come at the strike.
The free throw drops in for Beasley. Jazz leading by 4. Patterson passes to Okpala. Count it, good. Okpala's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Bledsoe against Dinwiddie. Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. Dinwiddie's got 28.
I'll tell you, it's hard to deal with Dinwiddie that close to the rim. You cannot mess with his concentration.
And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie, 2nd-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
At the line, your Nets.
The first free throw is good. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for the Nets. And a switcher also for Utah. McLemore is checked in. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Pass to Bledsoe. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Beasley kicks to Forbes. Here's Hayes. Knocks down the 3-ball. Hayes has got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, it's such a sweet 3-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
For Utah, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Davis Bertans checks in for Kyle Kuzma. Utah also making some changes. Cantor checked in for Wagner. Leaf comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Mikal Bridges subbed in for Wayne Ellington.
And And with Eric Bledsoe, to me, when he's playing with confidence and when he's playing under control, this guy is a big-time difference maker.
Forbes the pass to Beasley. Shot clock at 5. And the shot goes in. Beasley's got 9.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Pass to McLemore. Bledsoe outside. Passes it to Cantor. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 4th assist in this one.
And this is why Cantor is a fantastic pick-and-roll option. He's big as a screener and a superb roller.
Hayes. Off target from outside.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
For Utah, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. That's good from Bledsoe.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
So for the Nets, Caleb Swanigan comes in for Hayes. And it's Johnson in for Malik Beasley. No good on the second free throw. Nets trail by 5. Here's Johnson. Rebounded by the Jazz. Leafs got 6 rebounds now in the game. And the pass to Bridges. The shot off that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. All sorts of time. Bridges with the board.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Jazz have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. That free throw good from Bledsoe.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Here to see the standings for the Eastern Conference. And you know, guys, some interesting stories have unfolded here as we move through the middle of the season. Taking a look at Brooklyn, this season has been a struggle for them. They're down at the bottom of the conference.
And seeing where the Nets are, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
It just feels like they're sputtering right now. Every time you think they've turned the corner, they really haven't.
And again, it's the Nets missing.
Normally, he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Goes back up. Shot's good by Leaf. And now a 10-point Jazz lead.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Johnson kicks to Bertans. To the paint. Here's Swanigan.
And looking at some numbers for Johnson, how his last 10 games have gone. Averaging about 7 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
Leaf. Johnson with the block.
You can see Tyler Johnson with that vertical has the ability to send it back.
Up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. McLemore dishes to Bledsoe. They double-team Bledsoe. Here's Leaf. Bertans grabs the board. Bertans got 4 rebounds in this game. And it's Johnson penetrating. And it's Johnson with the jam.
Well, so tough, so aggressive. Tyler Johnson attacking the cup.
And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Jams. There's a minute 47 left to play here in the third. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Caleb Swanigan.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Nets trail by 8. Johnson, the pass to Forbes. Back to Johnson. And it's sent back by Bledsoe.
The dogged defense from Mr. Bledsoe twice on the pipes.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
The Jazz making a switch here. Sexton's checked in. Here's Johnson. 5 points in the game. We've got 1:23 left in the third quarter. Valentine passes to Hollis Jefferson. With the teardrop, the shot, no good. Excellent D from Cantor. There's McLemore. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here is Forbes. Pass to Johnson. And they get it. Utah with the rebound. Cantor's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
Boy, it's been a struggle in this quarter, and the team needs more from him. There's no doubt.
Here's McLemore. A second chance effort. The shot's good from Leaf. Leaf's got 4 points this quarter.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now, here's Sexton. He's guarded closely. Cantor's shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Johnson for 3, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in.
Make no mistake, Colin Sexton is a tenacious, tough-minded defender.
It's been all about Eric Bledsoe for Utah. He has really delivered at the offensive end. He's torched them for 24 points so far. We'll return shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
And to me, Jay, you love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So on the floor for Utah, we've got Kevin Love. McLemore is out there with Sexton. Then there's Oubre, and it's Carter in at the center, locking down the middle. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's guarded by Love. Just 4 to shoot. And here's Valentine for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Valentine's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for Brooklyn. Sexton dishes to Carter. Now here's Sexton. He's guarded by Johnson. And there's Sexton. That's good on the assist from McLemore. And the Jazz lead by 14. Johnson outside. Down low. Here's LeVert. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And the rejection by Love.
Well, Kevin Love, such a smart defender. Send it back.
Here's Oubre. He gets it in there.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Bertans can't get it to go. Jazz leading by 16. To the middle. Here's Sexton. Sweet little floater. Sexton's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Johnson, the pass to Bertans. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's guarded by Love.
I'll tell you what, Hollis Jefferson doesn't mind showing out a little bit. What a sensational leaper.
Utah's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Sexton kicks to Love. Now, here's Sexton. D right on him. Pass to Oubre. Fires from deep. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got 6 assists now in the game. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And here is Johnson. Passes to LeVert. And it's sent back by Carter. And they'll keep possession. 5 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. Carter pulls it in.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
It's tipped.
Wow, fantastic to see Hollis Jefferson hit it twice on the pipes. Extends out and sends it back.
Valentine kicks to Johnson. The offensive rebound, the layup off target.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
Oubre can't get it to go. Nets trailed by 19. 4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Back to LeVert. Jacks up a 3. Nailed from three-point land.
Boy, this is the next step for Caris LeVert. Critical he become more consistent from deep.
Inside, here's Sexton, and Sexton slams it in.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Timeout called, the Nets.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
changes for Brooklyn. Hayes, he's checked in for Davis Bertans. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Denzel Valentine. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Johnson. And Utah also making a switch. Ellington's checked in. The pass to LeVert. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Right wing. Here's Hayes. Doesn't go that time. Good work defensively by Carter.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. Ellington defending. To the paint. Here's LeVert. And yes, it's good. LeVert's got 5 points now this quarter.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Pass to Ellington. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Throws it down despite the man right in his face. A chance here for a three-point play.
You call that power basketball by Hollis Jefferson. He's willing to go right through the foul.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Wayne Ellington. On the free throw, no good.
One of the things you have to love, Kevin, about Hollis Jefferson is his energy. You know he's going to give you everything he's got on a night-by-night basis.
Nets trail by 16. Kuzma passes to LeVert. Back to Kuzma. That's good, and it's LeVert with the assist.
Boy, you can really see the playmaking evolving. When Caris LeVert is hitting wide-open teammates, it shows how special he can be.
Here's Carter. Fades away and sinks the tough shot.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him.
Bledsoe dishes to Carter. Kuzma with the defensive effort. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Nets. They trail by 16. Yep, that one goes in there. Bledsoe's got 26.
Looking like a running back in the open field. Bledsoe always a threat to convert in transition.
Nets passing it around. Dinwiddie against Oubre. LeVert kicks to Kuzma. Hollis Jefferson passes to Dinwiddie. From outside, off the mark.
He started out strong. 3 threes in the first half, but the long ball has disappeared on him since. Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
14 feet away, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That's his first foul. Cantor checked in for the Jazz.
And this is Cantor.
Jazz leading by 18. Now here's Bledsoe. Pass to Cantor. Bledsoe looking around. Pass to Love. Bledsoe against Dinwiddie. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Nets trailed by 19. Kuzma passes to Hayes. Oubre against LeVert. Here's Hayes. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Enes Kanter.
Clearly a foul.
Shooting for Brooklyn. Hayes. At the line for 2.
And the first one drops. Hayes hits them both. Bledsoe with it. And there's the pass to Sexton. Bledsoe against Dinwiddie. No good from Bledsoe. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Dinwiddie kicks to LeVert. Back to Dinwiddie. Stolen by Bledsoe. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
See, Kelly Oubre understands how to take advantage of his athleticism on the interior. That's nice.
Shooting for Utah. Oubre. At the line for 2.
That free throw, no good.
You look at the physical gifts for Kelly Oubre. 6'7", but with a 7'2" wingspan. He's a terrific leaper, and he's got great potential defensively.
He hits the second from the line. Nets trailed by 18. Now LeVert. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
This guy doesn't mind absorbing contact at all if it means a trip to the free throw line. Caris LeVert will find his points any way you want.
And he knocks down the first one. That one is no good.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Well, the book, Greg, is the same for Enes Kanter as it's always been. Great score inside, but his defense leaves you wanting.
And Kevin, at this point, he is who he is. I mean, for better or worse. Kanter is still a force off the bench to give a team some post presence in their second unit, but not sure he'll ever be a player to build around.
And the first one at the line is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Nets trailed by 19. Here's LeVert. Pass to Dinwiddie. Trying to get open is Kuzma. Dinwiddie's shot is off. And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Jazz. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
Oh boy, his speed with the rock, especially when he puts his head down on the drive, that's remarkable. Bledsoe forcing the defender's hand there.
That one is off. And he sinks the second. Doris, you and I are faced with this a lot, voting for the MVP. Great stats versus winning. Where do you stand on that when you vote for the league MVP?
Well, winning could be the definitive line if I have 2 candidates who are close. For instance, for me, this last MVP came down to James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I took it to the last possible moment. And I could have gone in either direction and been comfortable. Ultimately, I went with Giannis, and the deciding factor came down to he led his team to the best record in the league. It was a difficult vote, but ultimately it's one category which helps tilt me in one direction or another.
And I did too, and what also helped me was just the improvement defensively they had made. And I know Antetokounmpo was a very big part of it.
No, it's a great point. He was a two-way force.
Oubre against LeVert. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. Kuzma outside. Three-pointer. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists now tonight.
And proving once again that he has the touch from beyond. Kuzma effective at cashing in there.
Left side, Love. Feeds to Kanter. The rebound by the Nets. And they pick up 2.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
That's good from Kanter. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Jazz.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Eric Bledsoe.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Pass to Sexton. Jazz passing it around. Kanter's shot is off.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.